In this video, we are going to discuss the best practices and use cases to better architect your WordPress site. We will see the examples of deploying our WordPress site on a single virtual machine in different availability zone for high availability as well as full architecture for high performance. Hi, I am Vibhor Gupta, an AWS and Microsoft Azure certified cloud professional. I am a passionate cloud solutions architect and services advisor. Let's get started. For a startup or a personal blog without any complex requirements, a simple deployment over a single virtual machine is suitable. Please note that this type of architecture is not resilient with a single point of failure or too scalable as it can't be scaled horizontally. But it is the most economical and quickest way to install WordPress site and go online. There are three options that we could use to deploy WordPress on virtual machine. The first one is Amazon Lightsail, which allows to quickly launch a WordPress site on a virtual machine. It is sufficient for the basic architecture. The second one is a more customizable, resizable, manageable option as Amazon EC2. It is best suited for any complex or advanced architecture. We can manually configure software packages or WordPress in this example. And the last one is to look for an AMI in the AWS marketplace. There are many vendors with images for a one-click deployment or ready-to-run WordPress instances. If you are not a technology geek and just want to quickly and easily deploy your infrastructure and focus more on your content or personal blog, then Lightsail is just for you. You could simply provision WordPress with a single click pre-configured templates. There are many options available and the price depends on the size of the instance in terms of virtual CPU and RAM. For technology geeks, the best option is to provision an EC2 instance. You could either use an AMI or code it yourself. It won't take much time to deploy WordPress. You will get a better control as well as if you are a new user, then you could use few AWS resources including EC2 instance free for a year. For heavy traffic or higher performance, you can use bigger instances with more computation power in terms of virtual cores and memory. In both the cases, we have a single point of failure as we are only configuring a single instance. So it is vital to take backup of our data and restore using it in case of a failure. There are many ways to take the snapshots and we can also automate and schedule the snapshots. Another key consideration while configuring an EC2 instance is attaching a static or elastic IP address. If we have to restart our instance or reconfigure it due to any reason, then the same DNS records or any other external system using the public IP address can be used and we don't have to point them to a new IP address. This is the end of basic deployment and now we have to improve the performance of our setup and also optimize the cost. Before proceeding further, if you like the content of this video, please like the video and press the subscribe button and enable all notifications as it will notify you whenever I am adding new content on this channel. Apart from migrating by scaling out or scaling up, there are various options that could help us improve the performance of our WordPress site. The first one is Content Delivery Network or Accelerated Content Delivery. In most of the website including WordPress, we deliver a variety of static and dynamic content to the viewer. For example, images, JavaScripts, CSS or style sheets are the static content whereas anything generated by the code, database or personalized experiences are example of dynamic content. We usually host or stores all our content in one part of the world, so the network latency varies depending on the user location. To improve the end user experience, especially when our users are spread across the globe, it is done by using a content delivery network, which will cache our content in the edge location or near to our customers and offer low latencies. We could use any third-party CDN or CloudFront. It is an Amazon's CDN. Amazon CloudFront is a web service that provides an easy and cost-effective way to distribute content with low latency and high throughputs via multiple edge locations. The next thing that we have is static content offload. Any storage connected directly to the instance is expensive than Amazon's simple storage service. Amazon S3 is a scalable, reliable, and low latency data storage service at a lower cost that could be used to store static content like CSS, JavaScripts, and images. The content can be easily accessed via REST APIs. Another advantage of using S3 is that it is highly durable and store our content in multiple facilities within an AWS region. We are decreasing our cost in two ways. Number one, we are moving the static content on a cheaper storage service. Number two, our snapshots will only store the dynamic content and hence the cost will be less. To further improve the performance, CloudFront can be configured in front of S3 to distribute the content and also cache it at edge locations. And our dynamic content can come directly from our instance or Lightsail. We could also use CloudFront distribution with the WordPress website as an origin. The next thing to improve the performance is by adding a database cache. This is limited to users who are already using a separate database. It significantly reduces the latency and increases the throughput for read-heavy applications like WordPress or news sites. The queries are largely served by the cache, which decreases the latency as well as reduces the number of hits on the database and the associated cost of running the database. Amazon Elastic Cache is an in-memory database cache that can be easily deployed, operated, and scaled. This setup is enough for the beginner or sites with low traffic. Now to set up the high performance and highly available WordPress website, we need to deploy the tier-based architecture using web tier, database tier, and a shared storage. To evolve our single server architecture for high performance and high availability, we need to configure multiple instances in different availability zones within an AWS region. AWS recommends using a compute optimized, for example, C4 instance for WordPress websites. After configuring our instance across availability zone, the next step is to distribute traffic equally among instances. For this, we use Elastic Load Balancer. To be more specific, we use Application Load Balancer within ELB. It also has the ability to run multiple websites on different domains. We can also configure health checks so that ALB stops sending traffic to an instance if there is an issue. The main benefit of using cloud is scalability and elasticity. Scalability is more long-term and can be achieved by either increasing the size or by adding more instances, whereas elasticity is short-term and is used to handle sudden surge of traffic. Autoscaling group is used to automatically and seamlessly scale out during traffic spikes to maintain the performance of the website and scales back in when the load decreases. It is also used to maintain the number of instances, so if any one instance fails, it automatically shuts it down and configure another instance. To make the best use of multiple web tier instances, our application should be stateless. A stateless application is one that needs no knowledge of previous interactions and stores no session information. It can scale horizontally, adding multiple instances, as any request can be processed by any available instance. But as WordPress was actually designed to run on a single server, they store some data on the local file system. So we have to move the data to the shared storage. By using the shared storage such as Amazon EFS, any instance can connect to it and storage is not associated to one particular instance. By moving the entire WordPress installation directly onto an EFS and mounting it to all our EC2 instance at bootup across availability zones will make our architecture and web tier completely stateless. Amazon EFS is based on the distributed design so that they can grow based on the requirements and parallelly accessed by multiple EC2 instances. As discussed earlier, we also have to move all the static content like style sheets, JavaScripts, files, and theme as well as media images to a S3 bucket with CloudFront distribution. Now, as we are moving towards a distributed tier architecture, scalable and stateless, the next decision that we have to make is whether to use single server configured RDS for database or an Aurora high performance and high availability database. Aurora is a fault tolerant as it makes 6 copies of the data across 3 availability zones. It is also designed for self-healing as it automatically detects the crashes and restarts the database without the need for recovery or rebuild. It also automatically handles failover between primary and replicas and that too within 30 seconds. As our website grows, we have to scale the database and move high read tasks to Elastic Cache. Now we are going to view the architecture for high performance, low latency, and high availability in an AWS cloud. In this architecture, the services and resources that we are going to configure are a tier-based architecture which span across two availability zones, a custom virtual private cloud with one public and two private subnets, an internet gateway to provide access to the internet, NAT gateways in both the public subnets to allow outbound internet access for resources in the private subnet, a Bastion host or a jump box in an auto-scaling group to allow inbound secure shell access to our instances in the private subnets. The ASG will help to scale out and or in. The ASG will help to scale and also replace an existing host in case of any failure. EC2 instance with an auto-scaling group to ensure high availability that hosts our WordPress application in private subnets across availability zones. An Elastic Load Balancer to distribute the traffic or connection requests across our WordPress instances. Amazon Elastic File System connected to instances with the help of an EFS mount to store and share assets including plugins and themes across instances to make the application stateless. A master and replica Amazon Aurora database along with Elastic Cache in private subnets across AZs. S3 bucket to store and serve the static content. If you remember, S3 stores data across multiple facilities in an AWS region. That is the reason why S3 sits outside availability zones. And in the last, a CloudFront distribution to reduce latency and cache content close to our end user. CloudFront serves the cache content from the edge locations. That is why it is a global service and sits outside an AWS region. This is the end of this video. In this video, we have discussed the best practices and use cases to better architect your WordPress site. Thank you for watching my video.